10th show. Let's go. Welcome to Say It With Your Chest. This is the end of 2022 episode. This is my 10th episode. I can't believe I made it here already, you guys. This is really huge for me. I really, really want to take this time to thank everybody who supported me on my podcast journey. Through my ups and downs and trying to figure all this shit out. It's really been a very cathartic experience. It's been a very healing experience. It's been a very eye-opening, awakening experience. And I'm just so grateful for the opportunity for people who are taking the time to listen to what I have to say and her giving me positive and negative critiques to get better with my craft here. It is a gift and a craft that you have to hone and get better at as you go. And I'm showing my ups and downs with you guys, and I'm just grateful for all the love and support that you guys have given me. Again, I just want to talk about what I've learned in 2022. First of all, music has been such a blessing, and it's been my crutch this year. When people leave, when you're moving into a new chapter and you've decided to make a change in your life, you say goodbye to people who are not on the same wavelength with you or on the same pages that you are, because you're moving in a different direction, and it's very painful to let go of relationships. But I feel personally that in order for me to level up where I need to be in my life, I have to let go of some things and some people and some behaviors that just don't coincide with people. And so that's been very challenging. But music, I've had such a whirlwind of amazing music that has kind of kept me just not feeling alone. And I truly have said this on a couple occasions, that music has always been my life-saving force. It's always been there for me when people turned their backs or didn't want to hear what I was saying, or I just didn't feel like I could talk to anybody. I just listened to music, and music finds me, and it comes to me when I need it the most. And in particular, I've been in touch and in tuned with my faith. 2022 really brought that to the forefront with me, because faith is people think that religion and faith are intertwined, and I don't believe that. I believe that whatever makes your spirit better and what makes you grow inside of you, that is bigger than any religion. So I want to shout out Elevation Worship for being there through my journey. Stephen Furtick is the pastor of the church that I've been listening to. I listen to them every Sunday. They have this song called Build My Church, Build Your Church. Build My Church, or Build Your Church, I believe is what it is. And ultimately, that's what this year has taught me. I don't fit in a box. I don't conform to the norm. And especially since I moved out here, I've had a struggle with my personality and how I interact with people. I am a real human being. I speak to people. I respect people with the energy that they give to me. And if people come at me with funky energy, I retaliate with funky energy back. That's just my nature. You give me what you want us to do, and I'm going to give it to you. So, build your church means something to me, because you have to build it from the ground up. That's one of the lines in the song, and that's how I feel. I feel like I had to burn my whole life down. It was, you know, just overcome with pain and sadness and not feeling like I belonged on this planet because of things that had happened to me in my past. And, I self-harmed myself in ways when I wasn't self-harming by interacting with people that sucked me dry and treated me badly and made me feel small and made me feel like I don't deserve the things that I want and that I am undeserving of love and understanding and compassion. And I just really, that song is one that resonates with me constantly because I have to build my new life from the ground up. And it's painful and it hurts. And then there's regular life that's coming at me on different sides. It's relationships that are just not serving my new way of thinking and the way I want to try to live and be better health wise. You don't realize how draining physically, emotionally, mentally you allow yourself to be when you are in toxic environments, you're around toxic people who don't see where you're trying to go and are not trying to go in that way. It's been eye-opening to me. I've been working doubles for pretty much this whole month of December. The holidays are hard for me. I lost a lot of family members, a lot of close friends. I don't have that, holiday spirit that everybody has, but more than anything, I know that the holidays are about reflection and about gratitude. And that's what I think of. I think about what the holidays mean to me compared to where everybody else thinks. They think gifts. They think about monetary things to prove their love to people. But what about regular human interaction and how you treat people? That's what I think about. And that's what the holidays lack. And they've lacked for a very long time, I struggle because when COVID hit, it was supposed to reset a lot of people. And I feel like it made people more entitled, more greedy, more cold and selfish and hollow. And that sucks because I think about, I read the Bible when I was a kid, talk about the flood and the famine and the, locusts and all these things that happened, and it changed the way that people thought. And our pandemic almost feels like it made people worse human beings, which I didn't think was possible. But either way, I realized that in my exhaustion, I think, and my frustration with just the audacity that people have about entitlement and what they deserve when they haven't brought anything to the table. What have you brought to the table other than your title? Did you bring integrity? Did you bring kindness? Did you bring love, unconditional love, did you bring understanding? Did you bring kindness when you didn't feel like you wanted to be kind? Did you bring laughter when you wanted to cry? Did you bring joy when all you felt was pain? Those are things that people don't realize. The sense of entitlement that I see and I feel on a regular has, I think, drained me emotionally, because my faith in people has been so rocked just by my disgust with ungratefulness. And what do you deserve? Life doesn't give you what you deserve. Life gives you what you put into it. You're not entitled to nothing as far as life. You create what you're entitled to by putting in the work. And a lot of people want instant gratification for zero effort, for zero commitment, for zero effort. And that's crazy to me. And I will never understand that because I wasn't raised that way. I don't operate that way. I feel Like, you get what you put in, and sometimes it doesn't show. Like, I've been talking very openly on social media about just feeling like I'm a beaten dog. You know, I work hard. I do my best every time I go out. Every time I go to work, I put in 150%. But why am I doing that when somebody comes in high off, gets stoned at work, comes in and they look like a bag of shit and they act like a bag of shit and they talk like a bag of shit. But, and I try to be positive, but I've been zapped. The other day at work, I had to leave because I was crying while I was working. I had hurt myself. I overexerted my muscles and I had hurt myself, and just the negative energy that I was constantly being subjected to by people who are so grateful, and the stories that they tell me, even when they're talking about their holiday. I didn't spend the holiday with anyone. I was alone on Christmas, and just the sheer greed and the sheer ungratefulness that was just overcoming me was just overwhelming. And I hurt myself at work, overdoing it, doing too much, doing way more than I should have. It just took everything out of me. So I realized that what I've taken out of 2022 is, how dare you? How dare you not appreciate your blessings and your gifts and your loved ones and the things that you have that people don't? How dare you be so consumed with what you feel like you have earned when you haven't put a damn single effort or energy into earning it and creating that? There's a band called Good Charlotte that's been a huge influence in my life for a very long time. And I get made fun of constantly about them being one of my favorite bands. But what you guys don't realize about that band is they came from nothing, like for real, nothing. I mean, granted, the twins were twins and that was a good marketing thing, but ultimately they had to start from the ground up. They had a terrible upbringing. They had a rough life. And they started this band, and the band caught on, and they did great things. And then you don't hear from them anymore. They haven't made a record probably in the last 10 years, I want to say, maybe. And they don't have to. They made their money. They did their thing. They conquered their dreams. And now they're just living their best lives. And that's the song that I think about is The World is Black. And that still rings so true, because hearts are cold and there's no hope. That's what we're told, and they had a song called Hold On that kept me on this earth when I did not want to be here. Music saves lives, and people who create music for the right reasons save lives, because I respect that band so much, because they don't have to make records that suck. They started their own record label. If things got funky wonky, and they weren't about the money, they were about making great art, and then they didn't have to do it no more. So they're not. They got families and they're doing other things, and I love that band, and I still respect that band to this day. I still listen to their music. I still lean on their music for hope and, support and, inspiration, because that's what it's all about. And going into 2023, I'm leaving behind my need to have closure for the pain that I was inflicted, because this life is not about how people treat you. It's about how you treat people. And no matter how bad people have hurt me, I went out on a limb this year and I spoke my piece about somebody I was really interested in, and he gave me zero response. Like, I've never in my life, I don't know who responds to somebody pouring their heart out to them with zero, like with no kind of acknowledgement, with no kind of Oh, that's cool. Like anything, just zero, and it hurt. It hurt me. It really, and it still hurts me to my core because I feel like I went to a place I haven't been in a long time. And I think that's where the victory lies, is going there and feeling that I could go there when I didn't think I could. It's been a long time that I've been in a single situation. And I feel like I'm in a great place to entertain someone I'm interested in, and to be shot down without even being shot down was pretty devastating. But it doesn't mean that I'm terrible. Um, I'm not wrong for that, but it's about how you speak to people. I spoke my feelings to get them out, because the worst thing that I have ever known is having to say something to somebody and they're no longer on this earth. So I don't get to say those things to those people. Regret is one of the worst feelings that you will ever have on this earth, above poverty, above, I didn't get the right gift for Christmas. Regret is the most damning feeling, because there's no cure for regret. There's zero going backwards and fixing it. There's no starting over. There's no chance. And I know that pain, and I refuse to allow anybody who has come into my life that has mattered to me to not know that they matter to me. So to my white buffalo, I told him exactly how I felt about him. He gave me nothing in return. It hurts, but I'm moving on. White buffalo stays in 2022 because you had a chance to say something, to at least respond or react, and you did nothing. So that's an answer. I'm learning that. No answer is an answer. Confusion is an answer. But I won't allow any of that anymore, because I put everything on the table and I deserve that back in return. So if you can't do that, then more power to you. There's still love, but I'm not dealing with any more of that behavior. If you play games and you say you're going to do something and you don't do it, and then you ghost me like I don't deserve an explanation, cool. I don't need an explanation. More power to you. You can live with that, though, because I'm not with that anymore. I'm with the energy of great people coming into my life that are willing to speak honestly and maturely. If I do something wrong to you, give me an opportunity to make it right. Don't just stop talking to me. Like, that's not a mature way to go about things. That means you fucked up somewhere and you're not ready to handle that. So when you're ready to handle that shit, we can have a conversation. But until then, I'm not coming for you. I can love people and be gone with them and be done with them. And that's what I'm learning. I'm learning that I can only control how I am and how I treat people. And when I say it's not about how people treat you, it's about how you treat people, that's what I've gotten out of 2022. I'm going to continue being a good person because that's how I was raised to be. That's what feels good to me. I don't thrive and feel better and feel good about taking from people or lying to people or mistreating people or hurting people. That doesn't serve my spirit. I'm not trying to get over on no one. I'm not trying to cut corners. Everything I'm getting and what's coming to me, I am going to work hard for it. And I'm going to deserve it, and I'm going to earn it. Nobody's giving me nothing. If you're giving me a gift, it's a gift. If there's underlining stipulations behind that, keep your gift. I don't want it. Thank you, but you can have it. If there are, ulterior motives between you and how you're communicating with me, keep that too. I love the people who are down and real and who are not afraid to make a move in life, because that's what this is. This world is ran by evil right now, and it makes you a target for all kinds of criticism if you choose to go against that and try to stay in the positive. One of my favorite dancers committed suicide a couple weeks ago, and nobody knows why. I mean, he wrote a note, but life is short. And if you're in pain and you're hurting, I deal with this stuff on a regular. If you don't know what that feels like and what that means, you don't understand. But this world needs better and good, and he was good. And it was too much. They're leaving in numbers. People who are great for this world are leaving in numbers because it's too hard out here to survive with all this negative. So I'm saying, I'm challenging you guys to step the fuck up, sack up, do the right thing. Be a good human being. Yeah, it's not a popular thing to do. It's not a popular thing to be. It's uncomfortable. You lose friends. But it feels good. And people deserve that. People deserve people who want to do the right thing, who don't lose sleep being a shitty human being. That's what I've learned in 2022 is be the good you want to see in this world, because it's an unpopular thing these days. It's popular to be negative and be terrible and be selfish. Don't be that. Step outside of the normal. Be a weirdo like me. I'm clearly figuring that out one day at a time, and I'm doing okay. I'm getting happier with being alone, and when I meet a good person and I'm not red flagged, it's going to be an amazing thing. But I know what I deserve, and I deserve to be around great people. And great people deserve to be around me. And I'm not going to allow this evil world to take me out. I've come too far. I've worked too fucking hard. And I'll be damned if I will allow evil to trump over good. And that is my last comment for 2022. I hope 2023 brings everybody who deserves it everything that you wanted. And for those who don't, I hope you wake up and fix the things that are broken in you, because there's a great life to be lived if you go inside and do the work. This is Shay with Your Chest, episode 10. I will see you guys in 2023. I love you. Peace.